Hello, beautiful souls. I never thought I would go on here with no makeup on because I never do that. But oh, my lack of eyebrows is astounding. Anyways, I am practicing because my dear friend Trent Deerhorn, who I love, he has made it come to my attention that my videos have been Harry Carey moving around because I've been holding my phone instead of having a stand for it. So I am trying something new. So it is on a stand. Ah. So, anyways, tonight, what I want to talk about is the nature of belief. Oh, I just spit. That was very nice. Yay, it's been on YouTube. Woo! Anyways, I don't care. The slant I guess I want to do on it is how our beliefs hold us back. And we're so, I think most of us lack self-awareness. I think that we tend to think we are more self-aware than we actually are. Most of us, unfortunately, are not. That's not said in judgment in any way, shape, or form. It's an awareness thing or lack of awareness. It's hard to face up to your shit. You don't want to, I certainly didn't want to face up to mine for, God, 20, oh God, probably 45 years is more accurate. But one thing I've really learned is you cannot transcend anything or overcome it until you become aware of it. You cannot make any changes in your life until you are aware of the things that you want to change, like the things that may be holding you back in life. We all have unconscious beliefs that were, I guess, downloaded in childhood and in any kind of aspect of our life, but usually the toxic ones that tend to stick are the ones from when we were young. And they weren't placed there insidiously. It wasn't that at all. It was more, I don't think most parents understand how children see them. I don't think that most parents understand that children do look at their parents as many gods, basically, that they are the be all and end all, that they are always right. Children don't understand that because they don't have the capacity to understand that. So therefore, they take everything that we say as gospel. So, let's say in disciplining somebody or disciplining your child, they're acting up, they're maybe having a tantrum or acting out, and we don't mean to, but I think that we instill a sort of a shame dynamic in children unconsciously with discipline, and I don't have any answers as to how to get around that. I mean, it's just the way life is. And again, no judgment. Nothing I say isn't any, I don't mean judgment, or I don't want to assert judgment onto any of the things that I talk about or say. I've embraced what I call radical self-awareness and radical self-acceptance. Meaning that the things that I know are not great about me, the things that are aggravating, the things that don't serve me, instead of feeling bad about them and judging myself the way that I used to, I now understand that it's a process, that those toxic paradigms are just the dynamics of our societal dynamics. We're a very shame-based society, very judgment-based society. There's kind of an insidious pleasure to the ego. The ego, it takes pleasure in self-serving sort of actions or decisions. The ego takes pleasure if somebody that we, let's say, don't like that much, if something bad happens to them, a lot of us take pleasure in that. and you tend to feel like that person kind of got their due. And because we place judgment onto everything else, we especially put that judgment towards ourselves. And when we do that, it doesn't serve us. And we can get stuck in those toxic thoughts dynamics and really beat ourselves to a pulp internally. And it is, to me, what I call a form of self-torture. I see it in my son through his mental illness, and it's just toxic paradigms that he's learned over time because it's that perfectionist mentality, the feeling that we must be perfect in order to be accepted. Hi, Lily. Lily's trying to say hi. That we feel like we won't be accepted unless we're perfect, and that we must prove ourselves in order to attain acceptance, love, veneration. That's a very ingrained belief system in our society. And what I would like to, I guess, bring awareness to, I guess that's the right way I would like to voice it, bring awareness to that self-condemnation, that self-judgment. And rather than being stuck in it and spending hours beating ourselves up, like, why did I do that? Why did I say that today? Why did I act like such a friggin' idiot? Like, what is wrong with me? I'm so stupid. I always fuck up. I can never do anything right. Like, we tend to have those things, those thought processes cycle in our minds, and they don't serve us. And more than anything, they really detrimentally hurt us. And today I want to discuss, I guess, how to first bring into awareness what those things are. And the first thing is really catching ourselves in our thought processes, because we're very unconscious in the way that we think. As our thoughts go through the day, we don't really necessarily notice this, but we usually have the same thought processes that kind of tend to play in our head repetitiously. It's almost like a tape that just keeps playing over and over again. And we can't change those dynamics until we become aware of them, first of all. And then once we bring that into our awareness, the start of changing that is catching ourselves, working very hard to first catch ourselves when we think like that. And instead of telling ourselves the toxic things that make us feel bad and keep us stuck in those paradigms, to say the opposite, to relinquish that self-judgment and understand that your motive or intent was not to screw up or do anything incorrectly. And even if, one thing that people really don't, I guess, understand is that how do you think we've learned when we popped out and learned to walk and learned to talk and do everything? We made mistake after mistake after mistake and picked yourself up over and over. Like, think of a child learning how to walk. They try a little bit, fall, try a little bit, fall, keep going, and they get stronger and stronger. They get better and better. And the repetition is, if you really think about it, it's over hundreds of times of a child trying to get up, falling down, get up, falling down. They're strengthening their little bodies until they finally learn how to stand, and then they finally learn how to walk. And they would not have been able to do that if they were self-conscious, or if they were beating themselves up over falling over all the time. Because they're brand new, beautiful, unblemished beings, all that they are concerned about is being in the moment and the joy of experience of life and being in the now. That's all kids really focus on, especially when they're really young. And I would like to encourage you to implement that sort of thought process as a little child, where instead of beating yourself up for the mistakes that you make, to relinquish that and joyfully keep trying. We can't overcome something until we learn how to do so. So the first step is bringing that into our awareness. The second step is catching ourselves in our thought processes over and over again when we keep beating ourselves up, and then and relinquishing the judgment to it. Like, there's nothing wrong with you when you make mistakes. How do you learn? How do you grow? How, with anything, we make mistakes constantly, every day. Why must we beat ourselves up over that and eviscerate ourselves over that? Like, we eviscerate ourselves with our thoughts and our feelings and our judgments. Somebody may look at us a certain way, and because it triggers something in ourselves, we go over it and over again in our mind, saying, oh, why did I make that mistake? Oh, that person must think I'm so stupid. And we get stuck in that paradigm. And in my work, I really just want to help people become free of toxicity, free of those toxic belief systems that have kept them stuck for their lives and kept them in lives that don't serve them or that they're not happy in. Like, really, how many people live joyfully? How many people live exuberantly? How many people live fearlessly? That is what I've really learned to embrace: fearlessness, not to worry about external judgment. I don't really give a rat's ass what other people's opinions are in regards to any of the things I say, because, I mean, some, like, this will not resonate with everybody, and nor is it supposed to. I am hoping that this will speak to people that are excited about possibility, that are excited about making actual changes in their lives and creating lives for themselves that serve them, that make them happy, that bring them joy, that make them feel that they're contributing and adding value to this world. Our world is changing. It's changing now from the 9-to-5 traditional jobs to new paradigms and new ways of thinking, new ways of making livings. And that is my ultimate goal, but that's not what I want to focus on here. I want to focus on adding value to your life and helping you transcend the things that are holding you back in order for you to connect to your authenticity. I get tongue-tied so much. Your authenticity, who you are inside. We don't really allow ourselves to honor that. And on the journey to wholeness and reconciliation and healing, that must occur. You must be able to face your inner demons. You must be able to face the mistakes that you've made in order to transcend them. And I have learned from bitter life experience and so much hardship, but we don't learn, like, all of us learn the hard way, no matter what we like to think. I try so hard to instill lessons into my children that I hope that they're going to learn so that they learn from my mistakes, but I understand that most of what I teach they won't remember, or they won't retain. They may think of it, but I hope it comes back, because I'm kind of a broken record. All the things that I'm trying to teach you, I have also tried very hard to instill into my children. And I hope that awakening, to me, I mean, it's a spiritual awakening, but I want people to learn to awaken to themselves, to who they wish to be, to what their soul is crying out, prodding them to become, or to pursue, or to create, or we all add value. We all have so much to give this world. We all have so much inside us that is beautiful and perfect and valuable. And it's very important that we embrace that, especially with our young people. It makes me very sad to see the world the way it is right now. Like, so much judgment, the culture of victimhood and the practice of attacking people online. It's not cool. we don't understand the consequences of our actions, or when we do something cruel, how it affects other people. And a lot of times we don't give a rat's ass, which is really sad. And we don't understand that the things that we do come back on us, and they will. That's just the way that it is. Um, that's all that I want to really discuss right now. But I hope that along this journey that you'll learn something, that I'll be able to touch something inside you and connect with you on a very deep level. I honor the divinity within you, the light in you, the joy in you. And I hope that we are able to grow together, that we are able to grow a community of like-minded people that see possibility, not limitation, and want to learn and grow in love and peace and joy and wholeness and abundance. And that we create people that take responsibility for themselves and create a better world. That's how it starts. It's not fighting against. Resistance to something doesn't normally create change. I mean, it can, but that spirit of adversarial, I don't know how to, it doesn't, it leaves a very toxic sort of energy. And instead of that, and instead of claiming or resonating with victimhood, resonating with hope, resonating with love, resonating with wholeness, and creating a world of joy, love, abundance, peace, connection. There's so many people with mental health issues right now. There's so many people that are lonely and feeling disconnected. My deepest desire is to bring connection, to bring people together, to enjoy and love and light and peace. And that's all that I'm that's all that I'm going to say right now. I thank you, anybody out there that actually resonates with this and is listening. It means the world to me that you are. I thank you so much. Blessings to you all. Namaste. Peace out. Love you. Bye.